repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man that go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make sense.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my
the sex game. My kick, the words, my faith. Can't even only been one say. It's like an earthquake, don't call you out. Create a constant, just get it from the back. Such a nice place, just a more for all.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so let's get ready to get into it. All right, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr_A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. All right, and as per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Okay, hello, Buckhorse DC. Miss Shanty is in the house, or M Shanty. All right, Edward is here, Claudette, Deronda, Mr. Elevation, Christopher, Samantha, 504 Nola, Danielle is here, Miss AP, We the People, Lillian X. All right, let's get into it. Jay Sanders, Cherokee Descendant Dale is in the house. Y'all are going in, and I haven't even gotten started yet. All right, the lovely T is here. Yvonne, Pamela, Greta. Okay, let's get into it. Fat Boo is in the house. Listen, guys. Hey, Pearly. I'm sorry I'm late. Stacey Quinton is here. Okay, so shout out to everyone chatting, everyone tuned into the Queen. All right, shout out to my moderators putting in work. Let's get this party started. Now, I apologize for being late, guys. I was trying to fix technical difficulties. As you can see, I have no background. That's because StreamYard's acting crazy, okay? I don't know what's going on here. The Queen got to be up here looking all ghetto with the green screen. Okay, so Belinda said Denzel told us before they could use it against him. Oh, okay. Is that what it is? Let's talk about it. I'm so glad you brought it up. So let's talk about it. Now, yesterday, not last night, but yesterday, when I heard about Denzel kissing a man in this movie, I thought the movie was already out. So I said I was going to try to watch the movie last night. But nonetheless, the movie hasn't come out yet. Okay, but so let's talk about it, because why in the world is Denzel bragging about kissing a man? Now, if in fact the part was cut from the movie, why did he feel the need to tell us that he in fact did it? Well, someone just suggested that maybe he decided to tell it before they used it against him. I don't know. Is that the reason? Could be. Denzel Washington says he had a same-sex kiss in Gladiator 2 that got cut out. So Denzel Washington rules on screen, but there is one thing audiences won't get to see him do in his latest film. In an interview to promote Gladiator 2 with Goetia, the Oscar-winning actor talked about playing Roman Emperor Macrinus. Okay, now Washington was asked about how gay he thought the Roman Empire was, and he referenced a particular scene. You all know about the Roman Empire. Now, didn't we just talk about Diddy holding those satanic rituals for Bacchus, the Roman god, okay, of orgies and festivals of sex and all sorts of nefarious things? This is something that they do in Hollywood, but let's continue. And the music industry. Denzel says, I actually kissed a man in the film, but they took it out. They cut it. I think they got chicken. I kissed a guy full on the lips, he added. I guess they weren't ready for that yet. What does it mean they weren't ready for that yet? They've had numerous of men in movies kissing one another, especially as of late. So why would they not be ready for it? You know, when they asked Denzel to do this, now this is just my opinion. When they asked Denzel to do this, thank you, C. Youngblood, for becoming a member, beloved. I appreciate you. This is what I'm thinking, that perhaps they asked Denzel to do the kiss in the movie just to see if he would comply, just to see if they could buck break him, just to see if he'd go along with it. And then once he did, they said, you know what? We don't need it after all. Maybe they wanted to humiliate him. I don't know. But what I do know is there are some strange things that have been said as of late, and we're going to get into that in just a moment. Please pay attention. Now, he goes on to say, they say the actor joked about his character killing the character shortly thereafter, making it a kiss of death. Now, director Ridley Scott is back for the sequel to the 2000 original film. Washington's co-star
Paul Mescal also shared a story regarding a kiss involving their other castmate, Pedro Pascal. They say, there was a moment when we were rehearsing my fifth scene with Pedro, and I had an idea towards the end of the scene to kiss Pedro on the forehead. I did it in one of the takes, and then we're getting the radio messages back to Ridley in Video Village, and I was like, Ridley, kiss on the forehead. Did you like it? Yay or nay? There was radio silence for a second. His radio crackles back and really goes, I'm afraid I did. So anyway, the movie comes out November the 2nd. The movie comes out November the 2nd. Okay, so please pay attention. Mm, mm, mm. So let me just say this. Like I told you, we already know about what goes on in Hollywood, especially as them emasculating men, specifically men of my skin tone. Now, why do you all think Denzel did it? Because here's the thing. I'm not saying this is the reason, but I have several questions because please pay attention. Now, I checked the timeline to make sure of what I was going to say. So the movie Gladiator, while I dig for this receipt, let's have a quick word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes. Likes up, everyone please like and share.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so you can purchase 12 Tribes for your hair at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts, and you can also find it at Walmart.com. Okay, so let's continue. Now, here's what I found out. So I wanted to know, when were they shooting this movie? Okay. Filming for Gladiator 2 took place from June of 2023 to January of 2024. Okay, with a 5-month hiatus due to the 2023 Hollywood labor disputes. Now, so with that all being said, filming was suspended from July to 2023 until December of 2023. Wow, isn't that interesting? Queen Ahmadiyyah, why do you think that's interesting? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Because guess what happened right before December of 2023? In November of 2023, Cassie brought out allegations against Diddy, accusing him of being a whole sex trafficker. And she said other salacious things in that lawsuit. And then more lawsuits came just days after. And people started accusing Diddy of all sorts of nefariousness. And with that all being said, well, somebody mentioned Denzel's name. Now, when I initially reported on this person who said Denzel's name, I bleeped out Denzel's name because I was like, did Denzel really go to that party? Was he really there for those parties? I don't know. So I didn't want to besmirch his name, so I bleeped it out. Then someone went in on me in the comments and said, Queen, why are you trying to protect Denzel? It's not that I was trying to protect Denzel. I'd honestly never heard anything nefarious about Denzel. No scandals, no affairs, no nothing. So I didn't know if that was true or not, and I still don't. It's still just an accusation. But I wanted to do further research, and so I did further research. And there's videos, all over TikTok about Denzel being at those parties. Now, what I do remember hearing at the time that I did the video, what I had remembered hearing was Brandon T. Jackson saying that Denzel warned him to leave the parties 30 minutes before the devil showed up. So I thought that Denzel left the parties early. But when you think about it, he didn't really say that he left the party early. He just told Brandon T. Jackson to leave the parties early. And then when I thought even further, I said, if Denzel left the parties early, how would he know what time the devil actually showed up? And how would he know that the devil was even there? So now I have questions. Now, I'm not saying that Denzel did anything nefarious, and I'm not saying that Denzel was at those freak offs, but what I am saying is that I absolutely think that perhaps Denzel came out and said that he did that kissing because maybe that's what they wanted him to do. Maybe that was what he had to do because all these names are being dropped and people are getting aired out. And Cat Williams told us back in January that it's up for everybody in 2024. Now, let me continue with these nefarious receipts. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, here's a video of Allie Carter mentioning Denzel's name. And this is not the first video of Denzel's name being mentioned. It's just one of many. Please pay attention. And if you don't know who Allie Carter is, go look her up because she's been saying this stuff from what I know at least since 2021. Nobody really paid it any attention and acted like she was crazy. But at the end of the day, once Diddy got arrested and all those lawsuits came out, then people started taking a second look.
Ron Jeremy, Denzel Washington, Beyonce Knowles, Ellen DeGeneres, Whoopi Goldberg, Lady Gaga, Chrissy Teigen, John Legend, Joan Rivers, Rob Saget. Do you want me to keep going? Ask me. Everybody wonder why my smile is so deep. Everybody wonder why my eyes sparkle. Everybody always asks me, why are you smiling when you dance? Because you don't understand the live through. It's worth it to smile. And I'm still smiling, and I'm gonna continue to smile. And majority of y'all who continue to ask me and gonna tell me that I'm pointing fingers to kiss my natural black ass and miss me with that shit. Bye. Bye. And when it comes out, don't come running back. I shouldn't have to get this nitty gritty for people to wake fuck up. I shouldn't have to say something like that for you to be like, oh shit, she's probably telling the truth. It is pathetic that people got to go here. It's pathetic that it's going to take somebody to say it was me for somebody to understand. I'm going to stop yelling though.
No, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you all what. That was very interesting. But you know what's also interesting is Allie Carter had paperwork that she and her adopted mother filed. And on that paperwork was also Denzel Washington's name. It had Denzel Washington, young Jock, and a couple of other people whom I can't recall. But I saw that with my own too. Now, with that all being said, young Jock had some things to say. Please pay attention.
Yo, I'm sitting here telling the woman no, and they pull up a whole thing. They're like, well, they have your name here on the affidavit with some young lady named Allie Carter. Then guess what? She said, now this is crazy part. I only saw the little affidavit paper say me, Denzel Washington, Diddy, Birdman, right? Here's the thing. I ain't never even been in no party.
But it was a lie though, Jock. That's what I'm getting at.
But I ain't never even been to the Playboy Mansion where she said this happened at. Yeah. Right? So then a close friend of mine sent me the real rundown of what was said in this thing.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about it because guess what? I can say, hey,
go
man,
back to that.
But you could go run DNA tests, you can run cameras back,
okay.
You can polygraph me. Ain't none of that shit coming back to me. That's because like I said, I got big deals on the table. This woman pushing this stuff out, and people coming on my wife might post something like, yeah, but your husband was messing with little kids. Sexual assault. Baby, I ain't never touched no child.
Young Jock, I have several questions is all I'm saying. I have several questions. Okay, I'm not saying he was there, but his name was on that affidavit. Denzel's name was on that affidavit. We already know Diddy was on there, but I'm just saying this is all very nefarious as far as I'm concerned. Okay, but here's another thing. Allie has been talking about those tunnels too. Okay, Allie has been talking about those tunnels, and then there were some people that came out because I was the first one to do a video about Diddy having those tunnels. Okay, please pay attention. I told you all that Diddy had tunnels, and I even showed you Hold on. I even showed you the blueprints. So let's talk about it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, when I share this, this is my own video, but I'm going to put an overlay on it because a part of my video, I got a copyright claim last time because I didn't edit the part of the video with Warren Beatty. Okay, so I'm going to put a overlay over my own video. All right, please pay attention. Then I'm up out of here. Y'all see that? Now, this was the first one. That's the first one. Okay, it says, earlier this week, Playboy published vintage photos of an excavation project along with a blueprint showing a series of tunnels. Honey, not one. Please pay attention and listen up. A series of tunnels connecting the infamous residence to various celebrity homes in the surrounding area. That's why Diddy wanted that house. Let me tell y'all something. That's why Diddy purchased that mansion so quick. They barely could finish the construction before he snatched it up off the market. Y'all heard what it said. That's why he wanted it, I guarantee you. Now, according to the article, when asked about the photos of the construction site, the new Playboy Mansion general manager said that's probably when they built the tunnels in the 70s. See that answer right there? That was a deflection. Because nobody asked him when the tunnels were built. They asked him why the tunnels were built. Please pay attention, okay? Clearly trying to deflect. And here's the second part. Now look at this. Let me enhance this. Because what's really going on here? Look at this. You see how it goes from this house to that house? Okay. It's all nefarious. Oh, hold on. I got a video to show you all too. Hold on. I got another video. I almost forgot. Hold on. I be having so many receipts I can't keep track. Pay attention. Now, a closer look at the blueprint shows there were plans to dig tunnels to the homes of Mr. Jack Nicholson, Mr. Warren Beatty, Mr. K. Douglas, and Mr. James Caan. Let me stop the share for a moment. Then I'm going to show you all another blueprint. A closer look at the blueprint shows there were plans for all of this. We'll go ahead and assume they're talking about Jack Nicholson, Warren Beatty, Kirk Douglas, and James Caan, all of whom lived near the Playboy Mansion during the late 70s and early 80s. Now, according to the article, the partial tunnels were closed in 1989 when Hugh Hefner married then Playmate Kimberly Conrad. Playboy reached out to the publicity representatives for Nicholson, Caan, Douglas, and Beatty and has yet to receive a comment. Now, why did they have any comments? Because they were going to ask them, were those tunnels really closed? Do you all think that they actually closed those tunnels? Now, here's the next picture. Let me show you all this. This is all crazy. I want you all to pay attention to the nefariousness of it all. But people still trying to make excuses and cape for Diddy. This man had a house with tunnels leading to other houses and all that. Come on now, allegedly. This is all alleged. Pay attention. Northbound tunnel to Mr. J. Nicholson's residence. Look at that. And then it says clearance may var further. I can't see all that because it's got that red thing in the middle, but it looks like it says clearance may var further information required on existing structures, ground conditions, and proposed construction. And then here's Mr. Warren Beatty's residence at the time. Death to San Andreas Fault along Sunset Boulevard. Oh, yeah. They were doing the most. Now, let's go to the part where they asked Warren Beatty about the tunnels. And I'm going to put an overlay on that because they show this interview. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Okay, this is the part I'm going to put an overlay on so I don't get any more copyright issues. Now listen to what Warren Beatty says when he's questioned about these tunnels.
And so many things have been written about you. So many facts, interesting facts that we don't examine have been thrown out. So I know you don't like talking about this. You don't like. So I'm just going to read them out. And we'll just try and read your expression to see if you're confirming or denying them. It's a fun game. It's under a psychic sound. I mean, if you want, no, feel free.
Feel free.
If you want to confirm or deny them, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. You used to wash your hair every day with a 6-pack of beer. Any truth? Oh, he's denying that. Okay.
That was my one. Yeah, I did that all the time.
Like, you only need no one has that much hair. Like, one can, do you? A 6-pack seems excessive. You and Jack Nicholson had your own secret passageway into the Playboy Mansion.
No.
Is that true?
Well, I think the story was printed that there was a tunnel going from Jack's house, which is near my house, all the way over to Hefner's house, which would probably have cost in the neighborhood of $1 billion. So, no, that is not true.
Okay.
Was it worth it?
You've lost.
Sitting right there lying in the man's face. Now, y'all know he's lying. We literally just saw the blueprints with his name on it, W. Beatty. Sitting there lying. Okay, I just want y'all to pay attention. That's how you know it's for something nefarious. And then he sat up there and lied and said it would probably cost $1 billion to build that tunnel. Yeah, okay. I just want you all to pay attention. So that all been said. All right. So there you have it, folks. I'm sorry. There was absolutely tunnels, okay? And so when people want to sit here and act like, oh, this is all crazy and just conspiracy theories, you saw the blueprints. Now, with that all being said, hold on, because this is what let me know or further made me believe what Allie was saying. Because Allie said that there were tunnels and that she was taken to Diddy's house and also to the Playboy Mansion. The tunnel from Diddy's house allegedly leads to led to the Playboy Mansion. Okay. Another thing is she said there were tunnels that led to schools and other places. Now, there's 2 people at least that I found that corroborated her story. So let's hear what they had to say about it. And these people don't even know Allie Carter.
Allie Carter is not lying. When that baby said that there's tunnels under elementary, middle, and high schools, she not lying. We used to skip in the tunnels in my school. And it's crazy because only a select few people knew about it. And if you went down there without the right person, you would get lost forever. So there was an entryway through the basement. And I don't know who found it first, but it was like only the people who could keep a secret knew about it. So we were skipping in the tunnels. And it just so happened that my brother and his dummy friends were down there. And they like the tunnels come up in different parts of the city, like the depend on how long you walk. So my brother and his friends had got caught, and the police were called. But it's weird because there was never like a official police report. And then after the police went down there looking for them, but found me and my friend. And then when they told our parents, they never mentioned the tunnels at all. They said that they caught us skipping outside the school grounds. And we didn't tell because why the fuck would I tell my mom that I was in the tunnels with a boy? So I didn't tell, the police didn't tell, the school didn't tell. Nobody ever mentioned the tunnels. And then the basement where the entryway was like blocked off for us. But like, it just dawned on me, like, I never said that because I don't want to get in trouble. But like, what the fuck were the tunnels there for? That girl not lying. Allie Carter not lying to y'all. There's tunnels everywhere.
Okay, so that's one person that confirmed the tunnels. And she said they were under the school, which I find very interesting. Said they were under the school, but hold on. Another person said the same thing about them being under their school. The likes up, everyone. Please don't forget to like and share. Thank you in advance.
I know that Allie Carter isn't lying about the underground tunnels in schools, and I'm going to tell you why. I just recorded this video and I realized that I didn't use the terminology the correct way for TikTok, so I had to re-record this. Okay, so let's get into it. When I was in junior high school in Queens, New York, I went to a school called RFK Jr., Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And it was in Queens, New York. I had a group of friends who loved spooky things. We had just recently found out from I think she was the school counselor. I think so. Yeah, she was a school counselor. Can't remember her name. But she had told us a story about a girl in the 80s who had been unalived and raped in our school locker room. In our school locker room. So, of course, we're like, whoa, right? Like, we're finding this out. We use that locker room every day for PE. So we were like, so my friends took it upon themselves. They had the brilliant idea of bringing over a Ouija board and wanting to summon stuff. I wasn't about it. I didn't even know what a Ouija board was. They had to explain to me what it was, and I did not like what they told me. Anyways, fast forward. We change in the girls' locker room. We go to PE. We go back to change. And there was a door in the back of the girls' locker room to the right that was on the ground. It was more like a sturdy metal, just a platform, I guess. And it had a handle on it. And we used to always mess with it. We'd be like, oh, let's see if we can open it today, like mess with it all the time. And we do PE, we go back to change, back into our regular clothing, and it's wide open. And I used to change in the second row to the left. I remember always going left. That's all I remember. And a lot of the girls used to change in that row where the door was. And one of the girls goes, the door's open. So, of course, we're all in the middle of changing. I'm probably finishing up changing. We run to the back. It's open. And there's light emanating from below it. And, of course, girls start jumping down the hole. And I'm scared. I'm like, I'm not doing that. But I look. Tunnels in each direction. And they ran down and they were screaming and they were running back. And I was like, y'all should probably get back up here. I thought it was extra weird because of the events that I knew that had taken place back in the 80s that we had just learned about. Didn't like it. Didn't like how my body felt. So I stood back. And I observed them and I kind of held space. I thought it was weird because you can see when someone enters the locker room and there was no other way to enter or exit other than going through the gymnasium. So whoever opened it from inside the locker room while we were in PE. All this to say, there are tunnels underground schools. I saw them with my own eyes. We never questioned it again. We didn't ask anyone. We didn't ask teachers. We didn't ask the coach. We didn't ask anyone. We were just like, whoa, that was so cool. That was so weird. Why is that there? And we didn't think anything further of it. And now this girl is telling us that that's how they sex traffic kids. Man, we need to pray her up. Things are coming to light. We need to strengthen our spirit. We need to pray for the protection of our children. That's still there. That hasn't moved. I know it is.
Right, so y'all heard that. That's another person who said that when she was in school, there was tunnels under the school. And not to mention, there's videos on TikTok of people actually finding these underground tunnels. And some of them look like whole apartments, people where people could live and stuff, and all of that. Now, I don't show those videos because they have music, because people added creepy music to it or whatever, because it is creepy. But so I don't want any copyright claims. But at the end of the day, even Kamala Harris admitted that there was tunnels where they're taking these children through. Let's go to it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share.
I walked through tunnels that traffickers used to smuggle contraband into the United States. I've seen tunnels with walls as smooth as the walls of your living room, complete with lighting and air conditioning, making very clear that it is about an enterprise that is making a whole lot of money in the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings.
Okay. Now, we know that there's tunnels, okay? People can deny it all they want. And at the end of the day, if you all remember, I did a video about the tunnels at Disney, okay? Allegedly. All right, so please pay attention. Please pay attention. Now, and here's another thing Allie said. Here we go.
Let me tell you something. They make sure in those parties that they have blackmail evidence. So if they go down, they taking everybody down with them. I pray to God that this is the day. I pray to God that this is the time, because all the victims deserve some type of justice, and it's just a matter of taking accountability and somebody saying, we are sorry that we didn't hear you guys forever ago. There are people who are dead. There are babies who have lost their lives because nobody was listening. So if you have met me in this time under the name of justice, you now have gotten to know me. So whatever you see on social media, and now you can use your brain to see the truth.
Now, she talked about using it for blackmail. Isn't that what I told you all Diddy was doing? Okay, you heard it here first. I said Diddy was engaging in sexual blackmail. Okay, allegedly. All right, and I also told you all that that's likely why Diddy's still sitting in jail. Why they don't want to let him out on bail, because they, in my opinion, probably want Diddy to crack. And so he can tell them where the real footage is, because they say they've seen footage, but they can't prove whether or not it was consensual or not. So that lets me know that they must not have the footage, if there is such footage, where the people were claiming that they were drugged and taken advantage of. Because if someone was unconscious off of GHB or whatever else, and someone took advantage of them, you'd be able to know that from looking at the video, because they wouldn't be moving, their body would be limp, and all of that. They would be non-respondent. So the fact that they said they can't tell the feds, the agent who gave this information supposedly to the New York Post anonymously, well, that lets me know that they must not have the real footage. And that's what they want. Where did Diddy hide it? Because I'm sure he wasn't stupid enough to have it at his house when he already knew that he was being investigated. And how did he know he was being investigated? Well, because I told you all months ago, and you heard that here first too, that when you're under investigation, they will usually send a target letter to you or your attorney, usually to the attorneys, letting you know that you're the target of an investigation. They also send something called a subject letter. Okay, now if you're the target, that means they're specifically looking for you. But if you're the subject of an investigation, that lets them know that you had something, that they think you had something to do with it. Okay, they send out either of these letters to let you know basically that you're under investigation. Okay, they send them to your attorneys. So yeah, Diddy was under investigation. And so I'm pretty sure that Diddy knew that. So do you really think that he would have kept that footage? The stuff that was probably the most incriminating, the stuff that Allie Carter is speaking about, if these things exist, and I believe they do you think he would have been dumb enough to have that at his mansions? I don't think he would have. Okay, please pay attention. But let's hear what Jaguar Wright has to say about Allie Carter before we continue and talk about Shyne and Diddy. Now, I'm going to put an overlay over this because even though it's a TikTok video, it came from someone's personal channel.
Is Allie Carter being silenced?
I'm sure she is. I hope it's not my fault. I made an outcry to her that I'm willing to talk to her.
I was at a Diddy party. I was one of the party favors. But I told you, nobody tells on Diddy. Maria Z, I did that interview in 2021, 7 months ago. We made sure, I already knew that Diddy and Oprah is about to get arrested. I already knew that 7, 8 months ago. We went and made sure there were sworn documents. We have them.
It was put upon my spirit to issue out that invitation to a conversation with Allie Carter. And ever since then, it's been a
Okay, so I find this all very interesting. As I said, likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, with that all being said, Allie's mother also came out and said some things about what was going on. And she also talked about the corruption within CPS, Child Protective Services. And for those of you that have been following me since 2020, when I first started on YouTube, you know that I did a video telling you that CPS was one of, if not the biggest organization in the United States that's allegedly involved in the trafficking of minors. Please pay attention. And you can look that up yourself.
In foster care, I was advocating for her, and I was reporting back, and I was writing reports and turning in reports to CPS based on the abuse that she was telling me that she was experiencing while in foster care. At first, they embraced me and they were allowing me to have visitation with her. When I started making too many waves, they turned everything back on me. They filed a court order that said I was a predator to Allie, and they were telling me I was not allowed to have contact with her because they were trying to silence things, and they were using that as a means to scare me. CPS was in charge of Allie at that time. She was their responsibility. If they filed a court order that I was a predator or was harming her, they should have pressed charges and they should have followed up on that, and they never did. Shortly after that, Allie went missing from CPS care. She was AWOL for over a year. After that year was up, they placed her with me. They said I was a good home and a good fit for her, and they allowed her to be placed in my home. Those are two opposite things in a very short time, but they do that to a lot of parents. That's a tactic they use to silence people, to keep control of the situation, to get people to look the other way. CPS is very corrupt, and it needs to be defunded. It's very evil what they do. They can remove children from any of your homes for any reason. It's irrelevant whether you're a good parent or a bad parent. If CPS wants to traffic your kid, they can come in and take your kid, and you really won't have a leg to stand on.
Now, please pay attention. And at the end of the day, isn't it something that when she started asking questions about what was going on, they turned it around on her and called her a whole predator? But if she was, like she said, why didn't they press charges? And then why did they give Allie back to her? Okay, why did they give Allie back to her? See how that makes no sense? But hold on. Do you all remember when I reported this story about Denzel? It seems like things are starting to add up. Please pay attention. You all remember this story? When I was talking about Diddy and having those satanic rituals to the Roman god Bacchus, coincidentally, Denzel was in that same story. I bleeped it out of the video. Okay, so here it is right here. I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this. And the reason I bleeped it out is because, like I said, I don't want any problems, and I've never heard of anything inappropriate about Denzel or his behavior. And here's the thing also, Denzel was supposedly at the party with his wife. So if he was there with his wife, then 9 times out of 10, he wasn't there to do anything nefarious as far as I'm concerned. So we'll get into that in a second. But look, here's the paperwork. Okay, this is an affidavit of truth. It is dated March 27th of 2024. Reference to Brian Christopher Williams, aka Birdman, aka Baby, and it has his date of birth is 2/15/69. Then it says Denzel Hayes Washington Jr., Sean Love Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, aka Diddy, Jaciel Amon Robinson, and of course that's Young Jock. And then she says Playboy Mansion after party held in Simi Valley on or around 2010, while I was in foster care. Now, this was at the Playboy Mansion. Okay, says basically has her name. It says outlaw attests under the oath following the accounts of my and all my alter parts personal experiences to be true and accurate to the best of our knowledge regarding the Playboy Mansion party attended by Birdman, Denzel, Diddy, and Young Jock. My date of birth is 2/15/1994, and this party was on or around, okay, then it cuts off. Now, with that all being said, how come they're not saying anything about the Playboy Mansion? How come they never said anything about Hugh Hefner, okay, and his shady goings on and underage people when he was here? I just have questions. But anyway, I digress. So Denzel Washington's advice to younger actor: leave the party 30 minutes before the devil gets there. Now, Denzel Washington once shared some words of wisdom to a younger actor about the parties in Hollywood. As we previously reported, a source told us on Tuesday that the 69-year-old actor screamed at Diddy over his lack of respect during a party in the 2000s. Now, although there weren't a lot of details about what caused the strong reaction, the insider noted that Denzel and his wife, Pauletta Washington, stormed out of the place after, and because they had seen something. Okay? Said they had seen something. It says that they were partying. They were supposed to be or had been partying until dawn. Okay? Said they had been partying until dawn when Denzel just went in on Diddy and told him, you don't respect anybody. And they got the H up out of. Okay, so when that story came out, I thought it was kind of random for that story to come out about Denzel shouting at Diddy. I'm like, what's this all about? Okay, but at the end of the day, like I said, I didn't think Denzel had done anything nefarious until I watched further information from Allie and then saw the affidavit and all of that. And I said, well, she must be serious. So, and again, I'm not saying Denzel did anything nefarious, but here's the thing. If we all have heard that the after party was nefarious, and I showed you the video of Diddy coming out on the balcony right before midnight telling everybody that the kids have to go in 15 minutes, and if Child Protective Services comes, don't blame me because my kids are already downstairs. And so that was basically letting people know that the freak-offs are about to start, or that something is about to start where your kids don't need to see it. Now, with that all been said, in that report, they said that Denzel and his wife were there until dawn. Until dawn. But leave before the devil gets home or before the devil gets there? I have several questions now. And it just goes to show that we can't trust any of these celebrities. We cannot trust any of them. Who knows what goes on behind closed doors? Now, here's another thing that caught my attention because 3 days ago, Denzel Washington announces he's retiring after next batch of films, including Black Panther 3. Denzel Washington is unstoppable when it comes to this big decision. The 69-year-old revealed his plans to retire from Hollywood after the slew of acting projects he has in the works. He says, "I don't know how many more films I'm going to make. Probably not that many," Washington said during an interview with Australia Today on Monday. "I want to do things I haven't done, including kiss a man, Denzel." But let me continue. "I've played Othello at 22. I'm about to play Othello at 70. After that, I'm playing Hannibal. And after that, I've been talking with Steve McQueen about a film. After that, Ryan Coogler's writing a part for me in the next Black Panther." He added, "After that, I'm going to do the film Othello. And after that, I'm going to do King Lear. After that, I'm going to retire." Washington got his start in the 1977 made-for-television film Wilma, followed by the 1981 film Carbon Copy. Meanwhile, Black Panther became one of the MCU's signature franchises with the 2018 film starring Chadwick Boseman, Lupita Nyong'o, and Michael B. Jordan, earning more than $1.3 billion at the box office. Boseman died at age 43 in 2020 from colon cancer. Okay, so they go on to say Gladiator 2 is set over 2 decades after the events of the original Gladiator film, which starred Russell Crowe. In the sequel, Paul Mescal plays the grown-up Lucius Verus II, the son of Crowe's character Maximus, who ends up forced into slavery and becomes a gladiator to earn his freedom, much like his dad did in the first film. Washington portrays former slave and Lucius's mentor, Macrinus. Now, the actor teased his possible retirement in August. There are very few films left for me to make that I'm interested in. This is what Washington told Empire magazine. "I have to be inspired by the filmmaker, and I was tremendously inspired by Ridley." The pair previously worked together on the 2007 film American Gangster. Now, we had a great go-round, the first go-round on American Gangster. And here we are, continued Washington. "He's engaged. He's excited about life and his next film. He's an inspiration. We should all want to feel like that at 86. Now, during an appearance last month on the UK's Graham Norton show, Mescal, age 28, took a moment to gush over meeting the Oscar winner on set, saying, "It was a big day in my life. It was amazing. I spent the first day thinking, I must go introduce myself to him. And I stood there for several minutes before I decided, not today. The next day, I decided to be a brave boy." Okay, so Denzel's retiring. Now, I find that all interesting given all the stuff that's come out. It's all I'm saying. And again, I'm not saying he did anything nefarious. I'm just saying that certain things just make it all look a certain type of way. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about Diddy going in and dragging Shyne for daring to call him demonic, okay? Diddy to Shyne, "Stop slandering my name. I never set you up as a fall guy." Diddy's coming out swinging against former artist Shyne's continuous media campaign that he was scapegoated in their 1999 shooting trial. Shyne's recent supercharged run of interviews featured him as a sacrificial lamb in a demonic plot, but Diddy's legal team is slamming those claims once and for all. Shyne says that he thought Diddy was the devil and claims Diddy's offensive contributions over the last 20 years and refusal to pay reparations caused their relationship to break down. A rep for Diddy tells TMZ Hip Hop that Mr. Combs categorically denies Mr. Burrow's allegations, including any suggestion that he orchestrated Mr. Burrow to take the fall or sacrificed him by directing witnesses to testify against him. These claims are unequivocally false. The spokesperson continues on to say that Mr. Combs was acquitted of all charges related to the 1999 club incident in New York and has consistently maintained his innocence. He cannot accept or condone any characterization of his actions as demonic or malicious. Remember that word, demonic. Now, the rep also says Mr. Combs appreciates the path that Mr. Burrow has pursued and wishes him continued success. It is unfortunate that Mr. Burrow has chosen to revisit these allegations. Mr. Combs trusts that responsible journalism will weigh both the established legal outcomes and Mr. Combs' positive, long-standing support for those that he has worked with. And as you may know, Diddy signed Shyne to Bad Boy in the late 1990s, and they pushed out hit records before the New York City nightclub shooting. The currently embattled mogul is reminding the public of the actual verdicts. Diddy took the stand in the 7-week trial that included 60 witnesses and 126 exhibits and walked out of the courtroom with his innocence. Well, that's all fine and true, but at the end of the day, the victim of that shooting, Natanya Rubin, says and has been saying that Diddy was the one who pulled the trigger and shot her in her face. That's what she said. And she sued Diddy and won. So I'm sorry, she was given monetization. Okay, she was given punitive damages and all of that. Okay, well, I'm not going to say the exact amount because we don't know the exact amount, but according to one source, it was over $1 million. Okay, allegedly. So yeah, I find it all interesting. Now, Funkmaster Flex was firmly rooted in the hip hop space at the time and ripped Shyne to shreds for lying through his teeth about being a fall guy, and he has no dog in this current fight. Meanwhile, Shyne has done plenty of high-profile interviews this week, ranging from Stephen A. Smith to GMA for his forthcoming Hulu documentary, and didn't waste any opportunity to throw his former mentor under the bus. Now, the two even reunited at a charity concert in London on November 8th of 2023, right before those allegations came out from Cassie, just weeks before, literally. Matter of fact, like only a week before, because I think Cassie brought out her lawsuit November the 16th. So it was only like 8 days before, okay, when him and Shyne reunited and performed together. So yeah, Shyne's recollections aren't adding up for them. This is what they say. It's not adding up for Diddy. Now, the stone throwing saga will continue on November the 18th when Shyne's documentary is officially released. So Diddy says that he didn't set Shyne up, and he in fact says that he's not demonic. He says that he's not demonic. Well, I'm gonna beg to differ on that because I already told you all what the insider told me about Diddy being involved in those satanic rituals to the Roman god Bacchus. Okay, but also if you remember this video, let's get back to it, where I told you all about that demon book that Diddy had. Why is he using a demon book? And why is he allegedly doing voodoo? And why does he have a voodoo loa on his back? Okay, tattooed on there. I have several questions. I don't believe you. For example, in an interview, well, then I'll just take down your interview. Okay, please pay attention, because I had someone on here and I didn't believe anything they were saying. That's just me. Now, let's continue. Now, for the record, when I said I had someone on here and I took down the interview because I didn't believe what they were saying, I was talking about Courtney Burgess, okay? That's before I really exposed him for all the lies he told. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, this book that Diddy had, The Lesser Key of Solomon, as a matter of fact, hold on just a second. Okay, this is it right here. The Lesser Key of Solomon, or Lemegeton, okay? Sometimes called the Goetia. Well, this outlines instructions for what they call materia magica. Okay, basically magic, and black magic at that. Okay, like the magic circle and all of this wickedness. It tells you how to conjure up these demons. Now, this book was supposedly lost for years, okay? And then it resurfaced during medieval times. The Lesser Keys of Solomon. It outlines the 17th century, the instructions for contacting the 72 demons that King Solomon had bound and restrained in his brass vessel. These 72 demons are based on the offices of spirits from Abraham Fleming, which is found in Reginald Scott's discovery of witchcraft. Okay, that is also based on Johann Weyer's pseudo-monarchia, daemonium. And daemonium is basically a demon. Okay, please pay attention. So now let's just talk about it, because they have these tools. Okay, they tell you about how to perform incantations. They tell you about these 72 demons. Here are some of the seals of said demons. Now, I once saw a guy years ago who had every last one of these seals tattooed on his body. It was very cringe and creepy. And I'm like, why would you have the seals of demons tattooed on you? Okay, clearly nefarious. But nonetheless, this here is the triangle of art and the magic circle. So let me just tell you how this works. Okay, so this circle right here, okay, this is where the person who's performing the summoning of the demons or the conjuring, they stand right here in the center where the red is. And above, right here, the triangle of art, the black spot, the center, that's where the spirit comes. Okay, this is all so crazy. I want you all to pay attention. So let's talk about it. Because it has these, it's a guide basically to very powerful spells and rituals for summoning these malevolent spirits. And this is all according to the myth. Now, the lesser key of Solomon allowed people, Diddy, we'll talk about him, it allowed him to control, well, actually, here's the thing. This was given to King Solomon, okay? Or King Solomon, you know, in the Bible, it tells you how he was wise and all of that, and he had all this knowledge. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. Now you all can go back and watch that video if you missed it. But at the end of the day, the insider, the same insider that told me about Diddy doing satanic rituals in the name of Bacchus, the Roman god, said that Diddy had that book, The Lesser Key of Solomon, okay, and all the demonic things that were included in there. Now, Barbie World Happy says the FBI said the book is real on Kim Porter. The FBI did not say that. Okay, I challenge you to go find any receipt anywhere that says the FBI said that book was true. Okay, please go find it because you won't. You're just going by some YouTuber who did a story saying that the FBI confirmed it. Truth of the matter is the FBI didn't confirm it. That book's never been authenticated by anyone. Okay, as of yet. Now, the only reason someone did a video saying that was for clicks and views. And also because the person who was talking about the book, Courtney Burgess, whom I interviewed, and I caught him in all sorts of lies, and so did other people. Okay, Too Strong TV. With that all being said, and he dropped receipts just like I dropped receipts proving that he's just a liar who lies. Numerous of people. Sean Atwood had him on his channel. He was telling lies. Okay, I've done several videos because I'm the first one they called out his lies because I'm the second one who interviewed him. I interviewed him October the 20th, the same day he did the first interview with the True Crime Channel. Okay, so he's a liar who lies. That book is not authentic, and the FBI never said that. So let's not tell lies and spread narratives of which you can't prove. Because I'm sure you don't have any proof of this other than somebody said it. And just because somebody said something doesn't make it so. Bring the receipts, okay? And like I was also saying, just because Courtney Burgess got called in to testify before the grand jury doesn't mean that he was telling the truth. People lie to grand juries all the time. And at the end of the day, if he was telling so much truth, why did the grand jury call him back for a second time? Okay, if you didn't see the video, Barbie World Happy, where I dropped the receipts proving that he's a liar who lies, well, go watch it. And I just did another video yesterday talking about it. I didn't do a video about him, but I included, I talked about him in the video because I showed people where he was on Sean Atwood's channel and he said that he threw the videos, the flash drives, he threw the information of the videos that he claims that he had in the fire. He threw it in the fire. And then later in that same video, moments later, he tells another story. Meanwhile, he told me that the FBI came and took the stuff from him October the 18th, because I interviewed him on the 20th and he said they got it 2 days before, which would have had to have been October the 18th. Now, he told True Strong TV another date. Okay? So he's just a liar who lies. Okay, please pay attention, honey. The FBI didn't confirm any darn thing. Okay, people need to stop lying for clicks and views, and people need to stop believing lies unless they see receipts. Unless you see receipts, it's just hearsay and in the window. All right? That's what it is. And I know, like I said many times, that some of you want to believe the book is true because you like salacious, juicy gossip. And to some people, lies will always sound more interesting than the truth. Because as Oprah said, when her cousin allegedly asked her why she was telling lies, Oprah said, because the truth is boring. So yeah, some of y'all think the truth is boring. Okay, but you're going to get the truth here. You're not going to get no lies, and I'm not going to sit up here and try to paint no narratives just to get clicks and views and YouTube checks. That's what we're not going to do. Okay, please pay attention. All right, now with that all been said, About Damn Time says, thank you, Queen Shakur. Oh, you're welcome, beloved. You are absolutely welcome. Now with that all been said, I'm up out of here. Listen, like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Later on today at about 6 o'clock, I should be going live to show the interview that I did with Sophia Stewart, my friend who wrote The Matrix and Terminator. She's the owner and creator. Don't believe the lies that these people are putting out here trying to, stop the truth from being told, because it's a lot of people don't want to believe that a Black woman is the one who created and wrote those things. And she is the owner and the creator. She took them to court and she won. So we're going to talk about that around 6 o'clock. So likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Sold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got